and to click in Presentación Automática, please.
Hello, classmates and teacher. We are Gael, Alonso, and me, Miguel, and we're going to talk about video games and mental health. We are Unit 2. Okay. Video games predominantly affect how we react to different situations. Should people continue playing video games or attention will become obsolete?
Have you ever wondered how video games might be shaping the way we think, feel, or learn? To introduce, video games have become an important sector in modern entertainment, but the impact that generates goes far beyond just having fun. Also, many people believe video games are only for recreation. Research shows how can they possibly influence mood, cognitive abilities, and emotional well-being. As Gentile 2009 concluded, video games can have both positive and negative effects, depending on how they are used. This mentions the relevance of understanding the potential benefits and negative effects of gaming. Where video games to present their positive effects, they will have more users.
Now, how do video games affect the brain? The video games activate the brain reward system, releasing dopamine, which represents the rewards and motivation. Dopamine is the same hormone that makes gambling or casinos so addictive because of how it stimulates our brains when we achieve something. The impacts. Video games affects our minds in different ways. Some effects are positive like stress relief or brain development, but others, depending on the video games, are negative like emotional breakouts and isolation from reality. Those impacts are different depending on which game are we playing or what are we doing on our gaming session. For positive impacts, we have nowadays there exists a lot of video games for each sector of players. Many improve our mood and reduce stress, while strategy games like Minecraft can help to improve our memory and problem-solving skills. Others, like Animal Crossing, help people to relax and express their emotion in a creative way. Negative impacts, but games can be also harmful. If someone plays too much time, it can hurt real-life relationships and cause emotional disconnections. We have some examples of video games. Conclusions about impacts. According to Peter Greenspoon on Harvard Health Publishing, video games not only affect our mental health, but also generates stress injuries from the repeated use of muscles and tendons. Gaming is also recommended moderation, as many other activities only achieve that balance of benefits and only achieves the good things. So we recommend everything with moderation.
Now, I will talk about pros. Video games have many positive things that can benefit users in different ways. Also, many people think that they are only for entertainment. They can also contribute to cognitive and social development. The advantage that video games improve are awareness, memory, and problem solving. Some games require you to think strategically and assume risk to make decisions. This enhances the analytical skills. Should video games continue improving, will become a principal way of entertainment. We have the example of video Minecraft, where you can build, explore, survive, be creative, and cooperate with your friends. This enhances your cognitive skills like problem solving, independence, strategy, and cooperation. You skip yeah, the slides, right? Okay, I'm talking about positive effects. Mood enhancement. Some video games can generate satisfaction, fun, or a sense of accomplishment. Although video games are not a replacement for real-life solutions, they can temporarily help improve emotional well-being. Stress reduction. Gaming can offer a healthy distraction that helps calm anxiety or clear the mind. Even though the problems don't disappear, players may feel able to cope after playing. Some negative effects are emotional avoidance. Should players rely too heavily on games to escape their feelings, they might have difficulty developing healthy emotional habits. Isolation. If people play excessively to avoid think about their feelings, it can affect the personal relationships. Reality disconnection. In the long term, there may be difficult recognizing and managing real emotions. An example is the video game World of Warcraft. A study of 390 players found that excessive gaming can lead to emotional avoidance, affecting sleep, relationships, or responsibilities. Were players to use games as only temporary relief, the negative impact will likely be reduced.
Now we're about to talk about video games and mental health in youth. Over the last years, video games have become an iconic part of youth, and their influence on mental health has been debated among parents, educators, and mental health professionals. Understanding this complex issue, the relationship between video games and mental health, is essential to come to conclusions that allow us to evaluate how good or bad they are. As we know, video games can offer significant mental health benefits for youth. Like many video games encourage problem solving, developing the brain to think in a more critical way, strategy thinking, and even creativity. According to the American Psychological Association in 2013, playing video games can improve visual and spatial skills, problem solving abilities, and even mood regulation. However, an excessive period of time playing video games can lead to serious mental health concerns. Genetic and emotional predispositions may increase the tendency of some youth to develop problematic gaming behaviors. Were parents to ignore these serious problems, emotional issues might worsen over time. A fact that nobody can deny is that overusing video games can trigger sleeping issues and academic struggles. Talking about particularities, violent games may distort the youth's sense of empathy or even reality. Moreover, social isolation and addictive behaviors have become more common among gamers. Experts have begun to evaluate the effects of gaming on attention in the brain's function. Evidence provided by the World Health Organization 2019 recognizes that gaming disorder to be a condition linked to a non-controlling video games and giving priority on gaming over other more primordial activities. In contrast, playing many video games taking in consideration the time enhances cognitive flexibility and emotional resilience. The last one, because players get used to dealing with many problem-solving skill situations. It has been concluded by researchers at Oxford University, Pryansky and Weinstein in 2020, that the time spent playing video games is not directly related to being harmful, and actually well-being is more influenced by how individuals deal with game situations, rather than how long they play. Therefore, all these, parents must take an active role guiding their children to take in consideration time while playing video games. According to American Academy of Pediatrics 2016, families should develop plans to create a balance between technology and promote mental health. If these strategies were applied more widely, many mental health issues could be prevented.
Now I'm gonna share a real story about how video games affect people differently. Tetris helped me with my anxiety. In 2009, a study revealed that playing Tetris reduced flashbacks in people who had experienced a trauma. It works by distracting the brain and keeping it focused. That's why video games are important to our lives because they can help with mental health treatment. This story was so famous back in the day, so if you feel with more interest, you can search it on TikTok.
As a conclusion, video games are neither extremely bad for mental health nor pretty beneficial. They could be considered as a powerful tool, depending on how responsibly they are used. Something that it is definitely wrong is implying that all the games are damaging. Instead of all these extremist statements, parents, educators, and even the judge themselves should learn to evaluate the impact of gaming and all the nuances that this issue has. That's all.
Thank you. That's our sources and our info.
Excellent. Great. Thank you. Nice, nice, nice.